This is lesson 4 of our lockdown Spanish lessons. Today we're going to be continuing talking about our relationships with other people and describing if we get on with someone or not. And we're going to be learning how to extend sentences by giving a reason for our opinions. We're going to start off with recapping adjectives and what endings each adjective has, if it's a feminine adjective or a masculine adjective. We're going to be looking at negative sentences, and we're going to be linking our sentences together using the conjunction porque or because. Okay, so we're going to start off with our recap. So, which sentence is correct? Okay, I've got 3 there. Mi hermano es atlético. Mi hermana es atlético. Or mi hermana es atlética. Okay, read out aloud which one you think is correct. Muy bien, mi hermana es atlética. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to just think about why you've chosen that one in particular. Okay, so you might have said, it's this picture matches with this sentence because mi hermana is my sister, and obviously it's a girl. Es atlética, and the adjective ends in a. Okay, we know that adjectives ending in a relate to a girl or a woman. Muy bien. Okay, next one. Próximo. Mi padre es cómico. Mi madre es cómico. O mi madre es cómica. Which one is it? Read out aloud which one you think it is. So you should have mi padre es cómico, okay? So we know it's mi padre, it's my father, and cómico ends in an O, which is a masculine ending, okay? Cómico would describe a boy or a man or something that is male, okay? Muy bien. El próximo. Es mi prima es tímido, mi primo es tímido, or mi primo es tímida. Read out aloud which one you think it is and have a think about why. Muy bien, mi primo es tímido, okay? We know that primo with an O on the end is a male, a boy cousin. And es tímido, O on the end, because that adjective with an O describes a boy or a man. Muy bien. Mi tía es aburrida. Mi tío es aburrido. O mi tía es aburrido. Read out aloud which one you think it is and have a think about why. Muy bien. Mi tía es aburrida. Tía is auntie. Aburrida ends in an A. It's a feminine adjective, so it would be describing a girl or a woman. Fantastico. Okay, so we're going to go on to discuss our relationships. So I've got 2 sentences here. On the left-hand side, me llevo bien con Robin. Me llevo bien con Batman. Okay? Me llevo bien con means I get on well with. I get on well with. So, me llevo bien con. Okay, can you repeat that after me? Me llevo bien con. Okay, you know from when we took at the start of the year when we started talking about me llamo that a double L is a y sound. Okay, me llevo bien con. I get on well with. So, have a go now and say 2 sentences of people that you get on well with. Por ejemplo, I would say, me llevo bien con mi padre. I get on well with my dad. Or, me llevo bien con Miss Burrows. I get on well with Miss Burrows. Okay, so pause the video and have a go at saying those a couple of times. Okay, so if you wanted to say, I don't get on well with someone, me llevo bien con is I get on well with. How do you think you'd say I don't get on well with? No me llevo bien con. No me llevo bien con. So, really, really easy in Spanish. If you just want to make a sentence negative, you just need to put no in front of the verb, which is me llevo. Me llevo is to get on well with. You put the no at the start of the sentence. So, no me llevo bien con Joker. How do you think you say, I don't get on well with Batman? Have a go. Muy bien. No me llevo bien con Batman. Excelente. Okay. There we go. So, have another go. This time you've already done me llevo bien con. Have a go at saying, no me llevo bien con. Okay, who do you not get on well with? Yo diría, no me llevo bien con mi hermano. Okay, I don't get on well with my brother. Have a go. Excelente. Okay, so you might want to say, usually if you just say to somebody, oh, I get on well with blah, 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 or I don't get on well with someone, they'll want to know why. So we're going to start extending our sentences by including the conjunction porque. So if we look at this picture from I'm a Celebrity, me llevo bien con Jordan porque es cómico. Okay, so we're using the adjectives that we've used already. We learned last lesson how to describe someone's personality. Me llevo bien con Jordan porque es cómico. Porque is because, es cómico is funny. And we know we've got an O at the end because we're describing a boy, okay? So this would be Shane, who would be talking, and he's talking about Jordan. So me llevo bien con Jordan porque es cómico. Have a go at finishing that sentence. I don't mind if you pretend to be Giovanna or if you want to be Shane. Pause the video and have a go at filling that in. Who do you get on well with and why? Remember, the adjective has to have either an O at the end if you're talking about Shane or an A at the end if you're talking about Giovanna. Okay? Good, so you might have said, me llevo bien con Giovanna porque es cariñosa. I get on well with Giovanna because she is caring. Cariñosa because it's a girl. Or you might have said, me llevo bien con Shane porque es gracioso. Because he's funny. Okay, gracioso because it's got an O on the end because it's a male that they're talking about. Okay, so we know that. How are we going to say, I don't get on well with somebody because? Good. No me llevo bien con Holly porque es un poco aburrida. I don't get on well with Holly because she's a little bit boring. Okay? Aburrida, A at the end because we're talking about a girl. Muy bien. Okay, have a go at this one. So we've got Mo Farah and we've got Shane again. I'd like you to complete the sentence. Muy bien. So you might have said, you could have pretended you were Shane and you could have said, no me llevo bien con Mo porque es agresivo. Okay? He's aggressive. Or you might say, no me llevo bien con Shane porque no es atlético. I don't get on well with Shane because he's not athletic. So if you notice, I said porque no es because he's not athletic. So as I said before, you put the no in front of the verb. Excelente. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to go on to do a little listening activity. So what I'd like you to do in a moment is pause the video and I want you to just draw this table. Doesn't need to be particularly neat, tidy. Just do it roughly on a bit of paper. And then I'm going to read out some information in Spanish, and I'd like you to fill in the table according to what I say. I'm going to read it out twice. So don't worry if you didn't get it the first time. I will pause, give you a little bit of time to make notes, and then if you need to hear it again, I will read it again. Obviously, fill in the information according to what is said. So what's the person's name? What is their age? Who does she get on with? What reason does she give? And is there any other information that you hear that you can write down? Okay? So I'll give you a couple of seconds if you want to pause the video or draw the table, and then I will read it out for you. So come back when you're done. Muy bien. Okay, so we're going to start with this listening activity. So, hola, me llamo Sofía. Tengo 11 años y vivo en Madrid, el capital de España. Vivo con mi familia. Me llevo bien con mi hermana, que se llama Elena, porque es muy cómica y creativa. Okay, that's your first one. I'll give you a couple of seconds. If you need to pause it to make some notes, that's fine. And then I'm going to read it again. Okay, here's your second recording. Hola, me llamo Sofía. Tengo 11 años y vivo en Madrid, el capital de España. Vivo con mi familia. Me llevo bien con mi hermana, que se llama Elena, porque es muy cómica y creativa. Okay, if you didn't get that, obviously you can rewind it and listen to it again. You should have been able to get anything. The other information, just have a guess. A lot of the words are cognate, so words that sound the same in English and Spanish. Once you've had a go, I'm going to go on to the answers, okay? So if you haven't finished yet, just pause it, and then we'll go on to the answers. Okay, so give yourself a tick. I would like to see this work, so once you've finished it and marked it, I'd like you to take a picture and send it to me. But here we go. So, name. So she said, me llamo Sofía. Good. Her age. It says, tengo 11 años, so I am 11 years old. Who does she get on with? It says, me llevo bien con mi hermana. So she gets on well with her sister. And what was the reason? It says, porque es muy cómica y creativa. Because she's funny and creative. And is there anything else that you heard? So you might have heard that she lives in Madrid. So it says, vivo en Madrid, el capital de España. She also said, vivo con mi familia. She lives with her family. And her sister is called Elena. She said, mi hermana que se llama Elena. Excellent. So give yourselves a mark. Get 1 mark for each thing. So that would be 7. Give it a mark. Take a picture and send it to me so I can see it. Okay, and then we're going to, in a few seconds, we're just going to go on to the last speaking activity. Okay, so this looks like quite a lot of information, but we're going to be putting together our own sentences, speaking, and what I'd like you to do is record yourself saying these sentences and then sending them to me because I would really like to hear your pronunciation. So, I've got the numbers at the side and we are going to use the numbers to decide what we're putting in the sentences. So, if you just watch the numbers, when the number makes the biggest bounce or it like emphasizes itself the most, that's the number we're going to use. So watch to the left hand side. So okay, so we're going to use number 1, mi tío, and then we'll look on the other side. And tímido. So mi tío, and tímido. So would you say I get on well with mi tío because he is tímido? Or would you say, I don't get on well with, okay? So, have a go at saying it out loud and record yourself on your phones. How would you say that sentence? I get on well with my uncle because he's shy, or I don't get on well with my uncle because he is shy. Muy bien. So you would probably say something like, no me llevo bien con mi tío porque es tímido. Okay? What I want you to do now is I would like you to have another go at creating at least 3 sentences using the words on this sheet. So you might want to match up number 4 and number 6, okay? But remember, if you choose someone in red, so a woman, a female, mi madre, mi hermana, mi abuela, these adjectives have to change and they have to have an A at the end. So if we do 4 and 6, you might say something like, me llevo bien con mi hermana porque es atlética. Okay? So I'd like you to, as I say, I'd like you to pause this video. I'd like you to record yourself saying at least 3 sentences. Remember to make sure it makes sense. So you're going to say me llevo bien, or you're going to say no me llevo bien. And yeah, make them as accurate as possible with good pronunciation, and then send them to me. And then when you're finished, we'll just go over a little bit of reflection. Okay? All right, just to finish off, what I'd like you to do is you can answer these in your head. You can write them down if you want to. So for our plenary, answer the following questions. If an adjective is describing a boy or a man, what should the adjective end in? Number 2, if me llevo bien con is I get on well with, how do you say I don't get on well with? And how do you say the word because? Muy bien, chicos. I'm looking forward to seeing a copy of the listening activity that you've done and hearing your lovely sentences. Try and record at least 3 and send them over to me in my email or send them on Google Classroom and I will check them and I'll give you some feedback. Muy bien. Adiós, chicos. Hasta luego.